What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Let's talk New Game Plus. Just like other Resident Evil games before it, make a save after you beat the game, and then you can reload it with all your stuff. Once you reload that save, you're allowed to pick a brand new difficulty. In my opinion, this is the best way to experience Village of Shadows, because if you try to play that on a fresh file, you might hate Resident Evil Village for the rest of your life. So please, for the love of God, do it only on New Game Plus, and I'll explain why in a bonus later on. When you reload your save, you're allowed to keep your entire inventory, as well as the money you had from the end of your previous playthrough. So, pretty nice. And you're going to need this to grind for money. I shouldn't say grind, that has a bit of a negative connotation, but through your subsequent playthroughs, be sure to save up some bonus cash. Go back through, go and get everything that you can find, and a fun little thing that happens in New Game Plus is the places where you find weapons and weapon parts are now replaced with big bags of cash. So pick those up, go find everything again, go find those treasures, sell them all to the Duke, and get ready, because New Game Plus introduces some brand new weapons that you can buy from the Duke. I should also note right now that any bonus weapon that you unlock has to be truly unlocked through the extra content shop, which means you need to pay for it twice, in a manner of speaking. First time with challenge points, second time with lei. It doesn't exactly make it more difficult. If anything, you'll be doing subsequent playthroughs anyway to collect enough money to unlock all this stuff, which means you'll be unlocking challenges, and the Duke actually doesn't charge a lot for these new bonus weapons. What he charges the most for are the upgrades and the weapon parts. So let's get into that next. A new weapon that is unlocked in New Game Plus is the WCX. This is an assault rifle. It comes with 2 attachments that you can also separately buy from the Duke, and you can unlock it truly for 30,000 challenge points. Chris Redfield's entire arsenal is actually available to you too in New Game Plus. You can get the Karambit knife for 10,000 challenge points, the USM AI for 20,000, and the Dragoon for 30,000. So there you go, 2 assault rifles for the price of 1. I'm just going to throw this little addition there. I talked about it a little bit during the third-person playthrough, but the Samurai Edge Albert Wesker model. This is from the Trauma Pack DLC. It's 200 lei from the Duke. It's a really good handgun if you're starting a fresh file. Just wanted to throw this out there. There are also some weapon parts that show up only in New Game Plus. The final handgun and the final shotgun that you can buy from the Duke, starting in the factory, have weapon parts that only show up in New Game Plus. For example, the V61 Custom has a drum magazine for 70,000 lei in New Game Plus. The shotgun, the SYG-12, has a long barrel for 64,000 lei and a drum magazine for 88,000 lei. You need to buy these in order to fully upgrade the weapons. Speaking of weapon parts, the WCX has 2 weapon parts, the red dot sight for 140,000 lei and the foregrip for 80,000 lei. Purchasable from the Duke, you need it to fully upgrade the thing. The last weapon that's unlocked normally in New Game Plus is a magnum called the STAKE, the Stake. This is an ungodly powerful magnum, but also ungodly expensive. It starts at a lovely 300,000 lei, and its weapon parts, the high-capacity mag and the improved grip, are 180,000 and 120,000 respectively. To fully upgrade this magnum, you need over 1,000,000 lei. And that's just for one gun. Now, granted, it's totally worth it, but, yeah, wow, you're gonna need a lot of cash. The main reason you want to fully upgrade these guns is that's the only way to unlock infinite ammo in the extra content shop. You need to have purchased all the parts and all the upgrades for every gun, or for any specific gun that you'd like, in order to be able to unlock infinite ammo for said gun. Along with all these lovely shooty bang bangs, there are also new recipes that you can buy from the Duke. Starting in New Game Plus, you can buy Magnum ammo for 10,000, and when you buy one of the assault rifles, whether it be Chris's or the WCX, you unlock the rifle ammo recipe. The rifle ammo recipe is actually the easiest way to get any challenge or achievement that has to do with money amounts. Rifle ammo can be sold for an odd number, which means, by doing a little math and buying and reselling your ammo in different quantities, you can actually unlock the achievement that needs 777, or different iterations of multiple 7s. This is also how you get the other challenges that have to do with certain number amounts. I wish it didn't wait until New Game Plus in order to be able to do this, because it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but you get the achievement eventually. And now let's get to the big boys.
Oh, now here's something I haven't seen before.
Since we are on the topic of weapons, let's talk about the ones that are the hardest to get. The Hand Cannon PZ. For beating hardcore mode, you can unlock this gun. For 60,000 challenge points, this is a steal. The Hand Cannon is a powerful gun, but it's not the most powerful revolver/magnum that you can get. The main appeal is that it uses rifle ammo instead of magnum ammo. So that's a big selling point right there, because you can get rifle ammo way more often than you can magnum ammo. And if, let's say, you can't afford the magnum ammo recipe, well, there you go. You got the hand cannon. For beating Village of Shadows difficulty, the rocket pistol. This thing is just for fun. It barely kills anything. It shoots small explosives. It does splash damage. I first thought that I was going to be shooting actual rockets out of a pistol. Well, that was only half right. They're kind of like little mini fireworks. The rocket pistol also has its own recipe for making rocket pistol ammo. This is needed for 100%. This is the last recipe you should be getting. After you've purchased it, go into your inventory, and the game will see that you have all 11 recipes. Then, you just need to make any and all ammo that you still have yet to make, and there you go. 2 achievements just for getting the rocket pistol. If you're a big fan of mercenaries, then this next one's just for you. The LZ Answerer. For getting double S in every stage in normal and hard mode for mercenaries, you unlock this thing. A literal lightsaber! We've gotten to this point, Resident Evil, you're unlocking lightsabers. It is a brilliant weapon and well worth the headaches of going through mercenaries in hardcore mode. It's asking for perfection, and if you are, you get a special new toy. Also on the topic of mercenaries, there's another specialty that you can unlock. In the Winter's expansion only, there are specific challenges that you can finish in mercenaries, and for finishing 25 different ones, you unlock the option of special customization. In the same menu as activating infinite ammo, you can toggle off to on to unlock special customizations for all the base weaponry. These do not apply for special unlocks such as the rocket pistol or anything that is way overpowered. It also does not apply to any DLC weapons as well as anything wielded by Chris Redfield. And having to talk about all these weapons has really got me thinking, I think we need to do a showcase. Off screen, I have fully upgraded every single weapon, and I have tried them all out. We're going to be using Village of Shadows as a comparison point, because if I were to show off a lot of these weapons in standard mode, everything would die in basically one hit. It also makes sense to do a showcase for this game, because back in Resident Evil 4, I did the exact same thing. I just had to show off how cool these weapons got. And since Resident Evil Village is double 4 and also has a merchant, it just kind of coincides, you know? Let's start out with the most overpowered weapon imaginable. The kitchen knife! Yeah, you didn't fall for that at all. This kitchen knife sucks. It's the first weapon that Ethan gets. It's only here so he can break open boxes because he doesn't know how to kick them or break them without this knife. You can't sell this thing, so it's permanently in your inventory. It only takes 1 block, so it's not that bad. So does it have any uses? Yes. You can stab people in the face, and it causes stagger. Even on Village of Shadows, if you get lucky, you can get a good stab in the face, and the enemy will stumble for a couple seconds, which is just enough time for you to run away or heal yourself. Still not that good of a weapon. Even though it slashes pretty quickly, it doesn't do a lot of damage, especially in the higher difficulties, so its big brother is better. The Karambit Knife. This is the item you want to use when you're doing a knife-only run. Set that difficulty to baby mode, go ham with the Karambit Knife. It's twice as fast as the normal knife and does extra damage. That's what you want for a knife-only run, something that can actually kill things. Still, if you're talking Village of Shadows, it's not going to help you too much. So what you really want is the final close quarters weapon, the LZ Answerer. The lightsaber counts as a knife. Keep that in mind for your knife-only run. If you're a huge fan of mercenaries in Resident Evil Village, then this thing will come naturally, especially if you have the additional orders pack from the Winter's expansion. This lightsaber has 3 modes. red attack mode, blue defense mode, and green heal mode. Attack mode is exactly what you think it is. You can slash about as fast as the karambit knife, and it deals a lot of damage to enemies. If you're doing a Village of Shadow run, or if you're doing a run with knife only, this thing is a godsend. It can kill enemies, it can kill bosses, it can do just about anything. This thing is great. And the best part is, if you ready it up and hold it out in front of you, eventually it becomes a two-bladed lightsaber. You become Darth Maul with this thing. When it's in blue defense mode, you take less damage while guarding. You also do less damage as a result. But there is a hidden extra defensive move that this blue defense mode can do. If you perform a perfect block, just as an enemy is about to attack you, the lightsaber will actually blast back, deal damage, and knock back. And this works for just about every enemy. You can even do it on the Daughters of Dimitrescu. You can knock them back, stun them a little bit, and give you a chance to walk away. You gotta be really good at perfect blocks, but, you know, as soon as you get it the first time, you'll figure out how the attack patterns work, and also, if you're desperate, you're gonna be spamming that block button. A lot of enemies are somewhat unpredictable when it comes to their attack patterns. I think the Soldats each have like 4 different ways they can come slashing at you. Also, you can use this on Mother Miranda, but she's as unpredictable as all the rest of them. So, pick and choose your battles when it comes to blue defense mode, and enjoy being able to knock things back. Green heal mode is exactly what it sounds like. It deals the least amount of damage, but every time you get a good slash in, you gain health back. This is what makes the knife-only run a breeze. Even if you're on Sissy Baby mode, you will eventually be in Orange Caution or Danger. But if you're using this weapon, enemies aren't moving that fast, so you can circle around them if you need to, gain all your life back, and there you go, you're back at fine. The best part is, there are a couple exploits with this. If you're having trouble with the final Mother Miranda fight, break out the green lightsaber. You're still dealing damage while also sapping her life, basically. Another fun thing is, you can gain health back from enemies that aren't activated yet. You know those Soldats that are just sitting there waiting to pop out at you to scare you? You can gain health back from them. There are so many exploits you can find with the LZ Answerer, and because it has 3 different attack modes, it's the perfect weapon. Well worth the time playing Mercenaries and getting all those goddamn headaches, but it's a treat as soon as you unlock it. Moving on over to handguns, the first handgun, the Lemmy. This is your standard handgun. Even when fully upgraded, it's still not doing as much as needed in Village of Shadows, but it has a secondary ability. When you unlock the special customization, the Lemmy now has Healing Shot. Every time you shoot an enemy, you're gaining health back. Even if it is not doing a lot of damage, having this in your back pocket can be a life or death situation saver. You can continuously shoot an enemy as you're backing away from them, gain your health back, and then jump in for the attack. I'm glad they were able to kinda even out the Lemmy. Even though it's not that good of a handgun, it still has a good secondary effect. Still doesn't make it a good gun, but it can save you. The M1 911. This is your mid-range handgun, and it does a decent job. It's still not going to kill anything anytime soon, and even when fully upgraded, you're still wasting a lot of ammo to take something down, including a zombie. When you have special customization on, it has powerful reload. When you reload this gun, the next shots will be ultra powerful, and that's where you can start killing things. A good addition to make this gun actually semi-usable, but you won't need those handguns for what we have next. The V61 Custom. When fully upgraded, this thing is a myrtleizer. You'll be shooting extremely fast and killing enemies in no time. It did not need anything extra, but it got it anyway. When you click that special customization button, the V61 Custom becomes a literal Tommy gun. Shooting as fast as the Chicago typewriter back in the day. Well, maybe not that fast, but it's an extremely powerful handgun. Blows through ammo as fast as it can, but if you're pointing in the same direction as an enemy and you're firing, it's going to end up being more bullets than skin. The USM AI, this is Chris's handgun. It does not get special customization, but you've already seen how good this handgun is. I would say it's a rank higher than the Lemmy. It does a bit extra damage, but it also doesn't get any upgrades, so what you see is what you get. I would say keep this with Chris Redfield. He needs it a bit more, because in Village of Shadows, whoo boy, you need all the help you can get. If you happen to get the Trauma Pack DLC, the Samurai Edge Albert Wesker model is an okay gun. It was overpowered back in Biohazard, but here it got a little nerfed. Because we're not dealing with molded enemies, we're dealing with zombies and lichens, so It actually kind of makes sense that it's not instantly killing them or doing massive damage. Again, I believe this gun is a bit better than the Lemmy. It's not going to kill anything anytime soon, but if you're in a pinch and only have 200 lei, the Duke's got you covered if you have the DLC. The Hand Cannon PZ is a really fun weapon. The Hand Cannon is technically a Magnum, but it's not as powerful as the Wolfsbane or the Stake. If anything, this is more of a convenience gun. It uses sniper rifle ammo, and it does double damage of what a regular sniper shot would do. It's extremely good. The only thing is, it is not a sniper rifle, as you can clearly see. It cannot shoot long range, but it's really good at close quarters. If you need something dead, use the hand cannon. And then, of course, if you get infinite ammo, well, you just made it 10 times better. It does not get any upgrades, so those shots are what you get. But what you have is a very good shooty bang bang that can blow off heads like a sniper rifle. Moving on to shotguns, the M1897. The first shotgun that you get in the game, and boy does it feel like it. Even when fully upgraded, it's not that good of a gun. If anything, you're going to be using this shotgun, shoot him in the legs, hope to God it works, run past everything, and there you go. This is more of a distraction shotgun in Village of Shadows. Doesn't do a lot of damage and is not killing anything anytime soon. With that being said, if you have special customization options, it becomes kind of viable. Its ability is point blank, which means if you're right up in its face and you're shoving your barrel straight into their mouth, it's probably going to kill it. Again, pick your battles with this shotgun. If you have special customization, you might be able to clear a room. The W870 TAC is a really good shotgun, even for the middle one. Blasting opponents feels really good. You're able to knock people off their feet, so it's got that going for it. And when you have the special customization, it now has a wider spread. It's exactly what it sounds like. If there are 3 guys in front of you, you're gonna hit all 3. Trust me. You got a good gun when fully upgraded, and it deals a decent amount of damage. But that's nothing compared to the SYG-12. When this thing is fully upgraded, it's a goddamn monster. This thing can level cities. This shotgun can deal so much damage to enemies, it's not even funny. This is the shotgun you want and why they keep it from you until you reach the factory your first time playing. This thing mutilates. When you turn on special customization, it now has even more improved firing. It is going to kill things very quickly. So in Village of Shadows, if you happen to do New Game Plus, grab yourself an SYG, turn on special customization, and have a blast. Literally. Moving on to the only one of its kind, the F2 rifle. This is the only sniper rifle in the game, despite what I say during the Let's Play, whatever. This sniper rifle gets the job done. If you aim and shoot at a head, chances are it's going to blow up, even in Village of Shadows. The only thing that perplexes me is the special customization option, improved long range. The sniper rifle was already a long-range weapon, and it was killing things pretty good, but when you improve the long range, you don't notice a change. Kind of a waste when it comes to special customization, but the sniper rifle has always been fun. Blasting heads never felt better. The GM79 grenade launcher. Even though this grenade launcher doesn't get any upgrades, it doesn't need them. You're shooting an explosion at an enemy, it blasts them away, even if it doesn't kill them. When you switch over to flashbangs, you're blinding them for a little bit. 1 + 1 = 2. That's how simple this weapon gets. But if you turn on special customization, the explosions are huge. Even if this doesn't result in a death of an enemy, you're still blasting them out of the way. And if you are crowded, blast one at your feet, and everything goes flying, letting you escape. It's good for those options as well as fighting bosses too. You're able to shoot long range with this thing. So please, use it to your advantage. There's a reason they only give you one type of grenade launcher. Assault rifles! Let's go ahead and start with the Dragoon, Chris Redfield's weapon. Just like his handgun, keep it with Chris. Even though having an assault rifle during the main campaign is really good, you're shooting a lot of bullets and hopefully taking down enemies very quickly, it still doesn't feel right. You can't upgrade it, which means you can't make it shoot any faster, so what you saw during Chris's part of the campaign is what you're getting with Ethan. Still a nice gun, pretty cheap from the Duke. I would say it's a good alternative if you can't make the Tommy gun. The WCX, however, that you can get in New Game Plus, oh my lord, it's a beautiful weapon. It shoots faster than Chris's gun, I'm convinced. It's also extremely powerful, and with the ability to create your own rifle ammo, this is a really good weapon. See, this is how a gun should make you feel in New Game Plus. You unlocked it, you get a special present, there you go. Unfortunately, this doesn't have any special customization, and even though it does have a few upgrades that you can give to it, after that, it's just a handy weapon to have. If you have some extra ammo, unload, and feel good about it. Magnums. Here's where we get to the big shooty bang bangs. The Wolf's Bane. We already know this is a good Magnum. Going through the campaign, if you manage to go off the beaten path and find this Magnum, Lycans became a joke. You were able to kill ancient beasts as soon as they showed up, basically. In 1 to 3 shots, 3 Magnum rounds, gone. The Wolf's Bane is even effective against other enemies. It's just that good. And in fact, this Magnum not only has stopping power, but it also has blasting power. If you're shooting at an armored soldat, its armor's gonna come off. If you don't have a grenade launcher, this is the easiest way to get armor off one of those big armored men. Now, you might know that the Wolf's Bane is really good, but turn on that special customization and come back and talk to me. This is such an odd customization, effective against Lycans. What do you mean? It was already effective against Lycans. What, is it even more effective against Lycans? Yes, that's precisely what it means. Regular Lycans died in 1 hit. The ancient beasts died in 1 to 4 shots. Let's be generous and say 1 to 4 shots. This thing murders Lycans on the spot. It ruins them. Having special customization on, Urius is a 1-shot kill. Basically say, if you're a Lycan, you're getting hit with 9,999 damage, even close to infinite. You don't stand a chance. But that is nothing in comparison to the other Magnum, the Stake. There's a reason they waited until New Game Plus to give you this thing. When fully upgraded and with all the weapon parts, it is a powerful Magnum that blows through bosses like nothing. Its stopping power is ungodly good. Able to despawn the Daughters of Dimitrescu, able to blow off the armor of any armored soldat, basically killing any enemy that gets in your way in 1 hit. And it also deals massive amount of damage to bosses. But can you believe it gets better? Turning on special customization jumps this firepower to 9,999 per bullet. It's doomsday for everybody in this village. Anything that gets in your way, blast them! Anything that decides, hey, you look weird, I'ma kill you, Ethan, shoot it in the face and call it done. If anything, the Stake, when fully upgraded and customized, should have stolen the Wolf's Bane catchphrase. Thy will be done. Everything will die. And last but not least, the odd one out, the rocket pistol. I've already said that this thing is basically just a toy, essentially. It's shooting little mini explosives that don't do a lot of damage to enemies head on. And in fact, if you try to use this against a boss, it's dealing less damage than a pistol bullet, essentially. But what you want this thing for is all those little explosions that will help you out to get a faster time. This thing can remove armor from an armored soldat, and in Village of Shadows, you're dealing with a lot more than your average playthrough. You can shoot this thing at one of the doors in the factory and all the lights are removed. It has widespread damage. If you have a big group of enemies, shoot it at their feet and make them dance. You're basically throwing firecrackers at their feet. This thing has its uses. Bring it along, it's essentially free or extremely cheap from the Duke, so there's no reason to not have it. It has its uses. It can blow open walls. It can make enemies get stunned. You can knock them over with these little mini explosions. It's hilarious to use. Not the most effective, but definitely the most fun out of all the weapons, and worth beating Village of Shadows for. And that is every weapon, everything you can unlock, everything for New Game Plus. I am very tired. It's been a long road, but we're finally here, and I've unlocked everything. But now that I've told you what weapons are good in Village of Shadows, why don't we take a look at what's changed? Next time on Resident Evil Village, we'll be going through the Village of Shadows campaign and using these lovely weapons to their fullest potential. See you guys next time.